5 most important reasons to buy a Toyota Tacoma. Why it's the dominant mid-size truck. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Robmotive. That's right, these are the 5 most important reasons to buy a Toyota Tacoma, and I think why it dominates the mid-size truck market. Now, there are many things that the Tacoma can't do, but these override all of them. Number 1, reliability. You know, that really should be number 1 on everybody's list, shouldn't it? I mean, when we go out and we buy a vehicle, aren't we buying it so that every time we turn the key, it enables us to go and do what we want to do? So it's strange that being, I would say, the most reliable truck out there, that it's not the only truck that everybody buys. So you see, some people must set that aside. In other words, there must be other things that are more important than having the truck run and enable you to do what you want to do when you want to do it. It's kind of a strange thing, but reliability should be and is with the Tacoma, number 1. Number 2, looks. Now, this might be more specific to me, I guess, because, you know, I'm an aesthetic kind of guy. You know, I have to really love what it is that I'm driving. In other words, no matter what the truck is, and looks probably should be number 1 for me, but I can't go out and buy some vehicle if I don't think it looks really good. I've mentioned before, I have to be smitten by the vehicle that I'm driving. You know, it always is number 1 for me, and Toyota, the Tacoma particularly, certainly satisfies that. You know, I have mentioned on the channels, I don't know how many times, about how I believe the Toyota Tacoma is the best looking truck overall on the road. That includes the full-size market. I think Toyota hit a home run 300 years ago when they first came out with the 3rd gen Tacoma, and it still holds today. And that's why I'll be a bit disappointed if when the redesign comes around and Toyota does anything crazy with the looks of the truck. They can tweak it a little bit, that's fine. There's always maybe a corner somewhere that could use a little more rounding or, you know, something, who knows. Get rid of the chrome from the start, that would be nice. But overall, it's the best looking truck on the road, and they shouldn't touch it at all. Number 3, Modability. Again, this might be a little specific depending on what you're into. If you just buy them and drive them, well, then you're probably not so concerned about Modability. But if you take a look around, especially in the area I'm in, here and down in South Texas, Modability is a thing because you see tons of modded Toyota Tacomas, and they make it so easy to do. You know, it's almost plug and play with everything that you do. You know, I recently put out a video about things that you should have the dealership do. And a lot of people corrected me, at least with the 2020 and beyond Toyota Tacomas. And what I'm talking about are the bed lights. Something so simple, and apparently they're plug and play on models beyond 2020. There's a harness back there. You just plug it in, pop it in the hole, and you're good to go. Which is all right as long as you have the holes back there. If you got to do some cutting and stuff on that composite bed, it gets a few people a little bit nervous, and I understand that. I cut a hole in mine to put the cubby back in that Toyota stole from me, and I was a little nervous cutting that composite bed, that great big gaping hole. But pretty easy to do. A lot of mods out there for the truck. As I said, most of them are plug and play. Anybody with a simple toolkit can mod their Tacoma to make it the way that they want. And that's the other part about Modability. You know, if you're really an enthusiast, a truck enthusiast, you know, you kind of want to adapt it a little bit to make it the way that you want it, specific for you. It just brings you closer to the truck. And Toyota's smart in that because they realize that there is a huge enthusiast community out there. And by enabling us to become closer to the truck, it builds more of a bond with the brand. So pretty smart idea on Toyota's part, I think. Next up is resale value. You know, to start off, the Tacoma is not the cheapest option out there to begin with, right? But you do get that back when you go to sell the truck, as long as you take care of it. Now, if you beat the heck out of it, it's got dents all over it, the interior's trash, well, that may not hold true. But in general, you're going to get more money out of the Toyota Tacoma than you will any other mid-size truck. Matter of fact, I believe Toyota and Jeep kind of go back and forth for number one. So while it's not an investment, except for these days, seems any truck or vehicle you have was an investment because dealers are paying premiums to get them into their shops so that they can resell them for a premium. But in normal times, the Toyota Tacoma still is the best option you can get out there for retaining money, for getting the most out of what you can when you're buying a vehicle, even though they're a losing proposition overall. I mean, they start depreciating as soon as you drive them off the lot, but you're going to take less of a hit with the Toyota Tacoma. This last one, number 5, of course, probably is going to appeal to a very small part of the market, since that market has been shrinking for years. And that is the availability of a manual transmission, which I'm driving right now, by the way. There are only 2 trucks on the market right now that offer a manual transmission, that still offer a manual transmission. One, of course, is the Toyota Tacoma. The other is the Jeep Gladiator. Now, the Jeep Gladiator is more of a niche kind of vehicle right now, although I think it is gaining in popularity among mid-sized buyers. I'm seeing tons more of them down here where I am. Do I think they'll ever overtake the Toyota Tacoma? Yeah, probably not. But time will tell on that. But the Toyota Tacoma is really the only, what I'll call traditional mid-sized truck that still offers a manual transmission. Will it continue? That's going to be interesting to see as we move forward, particularly with the redesigned Toyota Tacoma that's coming probably 2025, 2026, something like that. Assuming, of course, all these part shortages go away and they can actually build trucks. Who knows? Anyway, leave a comment. Let me know. Why did you buy your Toyota Tacoma? Or why are you considering it? What is the driving force for you? I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, if you're interested, I do have 2 additional channels. Robmotive FST, all about my 2021 Toyota Tundra. And Robmotive JT, all about my 2020 Jeep Gladiator. Check them out, and if you're interested, please consider subscribing. Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.